What's up, y'all? It's New Year's Eve, and we're about to ring in a whole new year. But before we welcome 2025 into our lives, there's a few people we need to leave at the door. There's some clingers we need to detach from us, and there's some folk that cannot walk with us anymore. I'm talking about energy vampires, covert frenemies, toxic family members, you name it. If you've clicked on this video, girl, you already have this person in mind and you know exactly who needs to be cut off. But I'm going to give you some support and more so some definitive reasoning as to why cutting these people off is the best decision for you. So let's get into it. There's a famous quote that goes, "If you want to fly, give up everything that weighs you down." Now, if we want to be real, what quote weighs you down could be a plethora of things. It could be self-doubt, addiction, regret, etc., etc., etc. But today, we're talking about these people in your lives that don't have your best intentions in mind. These could be relatives, friends, co-workers, really anyone that you interact with on a regular basis that is just a negative Nancy when it comes to your ambitions and your goals. Speaking of goals, around this time, lots of people like to make New Year's resolutions or goals that they want to reach by the end of the year. But what they lack to consider is the fact that an extremely important part in reaching said goals is having a sufficient support system you can fall back on in times of weakness to either get you back on track or to motivate you to continue forward. Let me give you an example, okay? If you've ever watched TLC's hit show, My 600 Pound Life, you probably understand how potentially detrimental having bad company around can be. For those that don't know, My 600 Pound Life centers around a morbidly obese patient who enrolls in a weight loss program in which their primary goal is to lose enough weight to be eligible to receive life-saving weight loss surgery. The show is sort of filmed in a documentary style where it follows the lives of the morbidly obese patient through their journey. So from like before they get the surgery and after, if they do end up getting the surgery. But one fairly common thread in the show is the concept of enablers. Many times the patients have limited mobility, so they're in a lot of capacities unable to fully care for themselves and must rely heavily on those around them. Now, I'm sure you're wondering at this point, why am I even mentioning this? Well, several reasons. The first being that a lot of us have secret enablers hanging around us and keeping us from being our best, most authentic, most achieved selves. Let's break this down. What is an enabler? An enabler is someone who helps another person continue a harmful or self-destructive behavior, often without their knowledge or consent. So basically, it's a person who is around you that doesn't encourage you to do better, or they might even actively aid in your own self-destruction. In my opinion, this can show up so many different ways. This can show up as, if you tell your friend group or whatever that like you don't want to drink anymore, or and they're actively inviting you to environments that very much so challenge your wishes to be sober. Or straight up, it can just be people that do not want to see you doing better, or they feed into your fears and they say, yeah, I don't think that's the best idea. It's been a long time since you've been in school. It probably won't work out. You're probably just better off just, staying where you are. The thing that I always get stuck in, because I've personally been in a lot of situations with kind of like people, like hindsight is always 2020, and you can always kind of look back on situations and see like kind of who was supportive and who was kind of aiding in like fueling your fears or fueling your inaction. And the people that are fueling that inaction or fueling your fears, or not being supportive of things that will make you better, are the ones you need to look at, you need to watch out for, and you need to cut off. They cannot come into 2025, especially for all my girlies that, you say this every year, but 2025 is your year. If 2025 is your year, number one thing you need to do is reevaluate who you have around you. That might be number two thing. Okay. Number one might be just looking in, setting your intentions, blah, blah, blah. But number two, definitely the number two thing that you need to evaluate is who is around you and who is or is not aiding in helping you become a quote unquote better person or the person that you want to be. Ideally that's obviously a better person. I hope not. I hope people aren't trying to get worse, but I don't know, to each their own, I guess. You know how your 2024 went, right? Whether it went so well or it went terrible. Think about, again, who was around you. How did they react to either your success or your fall from grace? If you've recently come out from a situation where you experienced a period of low lows, you were, down and out, and then you at some point in 2024 decided to make something change, do something differently, and you came out of it successful, be very wary of how people treated you during that transition from low to high. Specifically, how did they react to your success? Are they happy for you? I personally have had a situation where I made a huge change, and even before I even embarked on the whole change, it was right before I actually made the big change. I remember speaking to a friend and kind of telling them and sharing with them oh yeah, I have all these big plans, this is gonna happen, and I'm starting to get things in motion. And I just remember coming into that conversation so excited about my future. Also, to give context, this is right after probably what I would say was my low, definitely right after a period of just badness, just not anything good happening to me, doom and gloom. At least that's how I felt. And I had to express this, to the friend. The friend knew that this was following a period of such unhappiness. And I just remember that conversation of finally being just finally feeling excited about life again. And their reaction was something that I will never in my life forget, because it felt like they genuinely were not happy for me. That was one of the few times that I immediately was oh, that's weird. In the moment, I was this is weird. They are clearly, very clearly not happy for me. And that's just not someone you want around you. Because if my friend, especially any time period, but especially if I know that they've just come out of a struggle period, if they have some good news, if they're happy and excited for their future lives, what's next to come for them, I'm going to also be over the moon for them. Because as a friend, I want to see you happy. I want to see you thriving. I want to see you successful. That is what I want for you. I want the best for you. And so, when the opportunity arrives and you turn things around and things are going good for you, I want to encourage you. I want to cheer alongside you. I would never, ever, ever want to downplay your success, however big or small that might be. So when this person just, in my opinion, reacted in such a hater, it almost gave jealousy, hater type of way, and I immediately peeped it. And once that kind of started, to be honest, I didn't cut them off right away, but I definitely, from that moment forward, was that's weird. That's really weird. And then, lo and behold, over the time, big things were happening for me and changing. I reached out. They were kind of cold. Or I just noticed is okay, you don't reach out to me anymore. You don't you have any time to speak with me anymore. Now, all of a sudden, I'm just nothing. I just apparently disappeared and faded into obscurity in your mind. I truly think that they got something out of feeling like I needed them. You want to be very cautious of people who only want to keep you around for their own validation, whatever that validation may be. No matter where you are on your journey towards the better you, be cautious of those people around you, because there are so many people who don't want to see you doing well. The advice I would give for cutting these people off would be to, first of all, understand that every situation is nuanced. Not, every solution is going to be fit for every person. So at the end of the day, do what's best for you in the situation. Do your due diligence in kind of figuring out exactly what the issue is, or maybe if it is something that you do feel like can be resolved, have that conversation. Yes, it's going to be tough. Yes, it's probably going to be uncomfortable. But if it really is a relationship that you want to save, then it's necessary. And if this is somebody who does truly want the best for you or want to support you, then this is just going to be kind of an eye opener for them that like, hey, like, I guess I haven't been supporting them in the way that they need to, or they're going to be able to see your point of view if they are genuinely a person that like wants the best for you. You have to remember that your thoughts and your feelings are valid no matter what. Yeah, so let's go over quickly questions to ask yourself when you're thinking about if you should cut this person off or not. Number 1, are they lifting you up? Is this person just generally like supportive? When you tell them your goals, when you tell them their ambitions, are they saying like, yes, you can do this. You are so capable of this. Like, I'm excited for you. I can't, wait for you to accomplish all that you want to accomplish. Or are they already like sowing like doubt in yourself? Are they, saying you can't do this? Are they, you know what I mean? Like being negative about the goals. Caveat here, there is a difference between negative and being, I guess, just real. So also take that with a grain of salt. Are they trying to like make you see things a little more realistically, or are they like just straight up being just negative and pulling you down and telling you can't do that? Because if it's the latter, cut them off. Question 2, when you do reach said success, are they happy for your highs? We talk a lot about people that are there for you during the lows, but are they there for you for your highs? This will tell you everything you need to know, because only someone who is truly down for you will be happy when you also reach success. You should want them to succeed just as they should want you to. The third and final question to ask yourself before you cut this person off is, what do you lose when you lose them? This is such an important question because it will kind of be the determinant of if you cut them off or not. For me, when I did eventually cut this friend off, I'm going to be completely transparent in how I feel about this. I don't feel like I lost anything. I can say that because you don't lose, all of the experiences and good times and, amazing moments that you had with a person when you cut them off. That already happened. And that was good. Whatever good, in the relationship happened. And that is not anything that anyone or any circumstance can take away. Sometimes people are in your life for a season. they're meant to be in your life for a period of time and not your whole life. And that is definitely a tough pill to swallow. Again, like the happy times, the good stuff does not just disappear when you cut them off. That happened and it was good and it was great for you at that time, but now you might require something different. Now you might be making a change, and it's okay to change. As humans, as people, as living things, we are built to change. We're not built to stay the same our whole lives. So it's okay. It's okay to cut people off. It's okay to need more. It's okay to want more. And it's okay to move on. So really ask yourself, what do you lose when you lose them? And if it's nothing, or it's you lose the negativity, I say go for it. As well as saying that, I do want to say that sometimes, again, like, people are in your life for a season and then they go away. But, depending on the situation, there might be time down the line, maybe when you've both grown more, maybe that's an emotional thing or whatever, like once you've gained some more life experience, maybe there is that opportunity for them to come back into your life. So it's not a goodbye forever. It's just a goodbye for now. Just do what you need to do. But at the end of the day, if they are doing more harm than good, they gotta go. And that's that on that. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I have been Ayana, and this is my third episode of this like kind of podcast style. Let me know in the comments if you liked it. If you don't, it's kind of fun for me to do. I just like chit-chatting and yapping and whatever. So I'll definitely do more videos like this in the future. If you have any ideas, do leave them in the comment section below, and I'll be sure to get around to them. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. Wait. You listened, you didn't watch. Thank you so much for listening to this video. I hope you have a wonderful 2025, and there is nothing but blessings and just success in 2025. It's only up from here. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.